I've got two families probating estates of loved ones, both right here in Middle Georgia. One is working with the Bibb County Probate Court, the other one is fighting the Houston County Probate Court. Both houses have mortgages on the probated estate, and both of them ran into serious problems during the probate. One family lost the house completely. They walked away with absolutely nothing, and the house got foreclosed on. The other one, we managed to save it out of foreclosure. We actually bought the house ourselves, and they were able to get proceeds from the sale of that house for the kids to inherit. Same situation, two completely different outcomes. Now here's what I need you to understand. If you're the executor or the administrator of an estate that is probating real property, the probate process is slow, the courts move slow, but the banks are not. The banks don't care if the borrower is deceased, and they don't care if the family can't make the payments. If they don't get their payments in the time that the contract says, they're going to foreclose on that house whether the probate is completed or not. I've watched plenty of families lose houses in the probate process that could have otherwise been sold and the proceeds passed down to the heirs. Not because they did anything wrong, but because they didn't know what they didn't know. Now the difference between these two families wasn't luck, it wasn't money, it was timing and knowing the right moves to make and when to make them. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through both of these probate cases, so when you're in this same situation, you'll know exactly what to do and when to do it. So let's get started. Hey guys, I'm Chris, your real estate problem solver. I'm a real estate agent and an investor in the Middle Georgia area. So if you've got a probate issue that involves real property in Bibb County, Houston County, or Pulaski County, reach out to me. I can help you get the answers that you need, and we can get that house sold and get the probate process expedited as smooth as possible. Alright, so let's start by answering your first question. Yes, you can sell a house in probate in the state of Georgia. The trick is that you have to have authority in order to sell that house. Now in case one, the woman that was trying to become the administrator, she was petitioning for letters of administration. She had to put out notices to all heirs and all interested parties that she was petitioning to be the administrator. Now in this case, she was not a family member, she was the deceased best friend. And she put out notices to everybody that she thought was supposed to have them. What ended up happening was there was a family member that never got notified, and that stopped the process cold. Not because she didn't want to send it to them, but because they were very difficult to find. And in the state of Georgia, the House Bill 450 is a new regulation pertaining to the probate process that requires anybody putting out notices must get some kind of acknowledgement back, whether it's a signed waiver from the family members saying that they already know that the deceased estate is in probate, or that they acknowledge that they have been notified of the process of probate. So for all the finer details about House Bill 450, make sure you talk to your probate attorney to get all the details. Now in this case, what happened was she did not get to be the administrator or have the authority to sell the property, and after 6 to 7 months, the bank finally foreclosed on the property, whether it was in probate or not, and it was sold at auction by the banks. And the people who were supposed to inherit from the sale of that house never got a single dime. And just like the first case, most families that are in a probate situation don't see how fast a probate can turn into a foreclosure in Georgia. Unfortunately, the foreclosure process moves a little bit faster than the probate process unless you stay on top of it and get everyone and all the interested parties notifications, and you get some kind of documentation that they have been notified. Which brings up the next question of how long does the probate process take in Georgia? Well, in Georgia, normally it takes about 6 months to make sure that you give notices to all the family members and all interested parties. As a matter of fact, part of the probate process is sending out newspaper circular announcements for 6 months to allow any debtors or creditors to step forward and lay claim to any accounts that have not been paid off by the estate. And in certain situations, you may have to sell the house before the probate process is complete in order to get the funds to end up paying off any debts that are left by the estate. Now, case one was the one in Bibb County Probate Court. Now, the other case in Houston County Probate Court, we were able to get the administrator to send out notifications to all the people, and they got their letters of administration, in which case we were able to actually buy the house ourselves and get them the proceeds that they needed to finish paying off any debts of the estate, and the remaining proceeds went to the children to help them with their life. So whether the inherited house is sitting in Warner Robins, Macon, Perry, or Hawkinsville, the probate process is still the same, but you've got to get into the courthouse and get everything filed in a timely manner before the foreclosure starts. In the second case, just like the first, the family members were not able to pay the mortgage while the probate process was going on, so time was of the essence. They had to get the house sold before the foreclosure process started. So if you need to sell an inherited house in Middle Georgia, reach out to me. There's a lot of options that you may not have considered that we can come up with a game plan to help you get that house sold. And if you have any questions about the probate process or selling a house in Middle Georgia, reach out to me and we'll talk through a game plan that will help your family get the proceeds that they need from the sale of that inherited house. And I'll talk to you on the next video.